Let's talk about it. This is the podcast where Jamie and Kirsten talk about everything.
No limits, no boundaries.
Join us while we talk about what really goes on in our lives.
Anything goes.
So without further ado, let's talk about it.
Hello.
Hello.
Long time no see.
We're back from our little hiatus.
Sorry about that. I feel like life's just been
Welcome
crazy.
back.
I had finals last week. Didn't really have time to do a whole lot of filming or
For sure.
living. Just
Yeah.
fine.
For sure. So, welcome back to another episode.
Good evening, you sexy fuckers. How we doing?
Good evening, you sexy fuckers. I'm all right. Can't complain. What about you? You okay?
I'm tired. My new term of school started today, and I'm already like thinking about how much work I'm gonna have to do when we get off of here. I'm stressed out about my
It's the first day back. Come on. What else
it's
do
a
you have to
lot.
do?
I had to pick two topics for my persuasion essay and debate both sides of it. It has to be in regards to my like current career or the degree
Oh,
I'm
cool.
going for. But
That's fun.
no, it's not.
Why? I
Because
love a little debate.
it's hard to find the other side of it. Like us thinking about, okay, if I did it in towards my like current career, um, then I would do how the community needs to be like more involved with nursing homes, with accessibility and whatnot. But what's the opposing argument?
Maybe do it for your aspiring career instead.
I can't think
I
of
mean,
it.
you could literally make it up. Are you kidding me? They don't know where you work. You could lie.
They know where I work.
Like they're gonna correct you. You're fine. You could literally pick anywhere just for funsies. Just like
I already
create a whole different career.
I already stated in my first assignment where I work.
Oh, well, that's tough.
Also, it's
Well,
literally in my profile for my school.
wish you the best with that. Good
I'm a bit
luck.
stressed, a little overwhelmed.
It'll buff out.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
I,
wasn't very enthusiastic.
it's
You
not.
said,
I just feel like I
yeah.
have so much like going on, and no one like understands how like overwhelmed I am.
I feel like a lot of people probably understand. Don't think you're like alone in it because there's probably so many people that are in the same situation and feel the same way.
I'm just so sick of hearing like it'll be fine.
Well, it will be. I mean, you gotta stay positive. That's the only way you're gonna get through something is if you stay motivated.
I don't have a break ever. Kind of hard to stay positive when you're like consistently burned out.
You have weekends.
No, because the weekends I do homework.
Oh, I don't know. Well, it'll be worth it. I guess is all I can give you
I
motivation
don't know
for.
why
It'll be
this shit
worth it.
annoys me so much.
Why?
I just hate like the
What
peak of
does?
happiness. It just doesn't feel like
Why?
you feel of happiness right now in my life.
That's fair enough. I'm just saying it's not gonna do you any good to be negative about it. Even if you're not feeling happy, you gotta fake it till you make it. And I stand by that.
I don't
You know
know.
what I mean?
I feel like if you like understood my feeling of burnout, you'd be like, yeah, fuck this.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not in the situation you're in, but all I can say is it'll be fine. You got this.
I don't know. Props to anyone else who works full time and goes to school full time because that shit is not easy.
For sure. It'll be fine. You got it. Just do it. I
I'm
wish
not
we had
feeling
like a
too great.
soundbite. Huh?
I'm just not feeling too great. I don't know. I've just been very negative lately, I guess.
Okay. I mean that's okay every once in a while.
I don't know. I'm just overwhelmed. I don't know. It just like pisses me off that everyone around me is like, it's literally fine. You don't get it though. Like, no one gets
Okay,
how I
well you
feel.
can't expect people to get it, they're just doing their best to understand, you know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
How are you?
Huh?
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain, living the dream. Speaking of school, I've got my little orientation this week. Looking forward to it. It's okay, so basically I can say I'm proud of where I'm going to school. I'm going to Kent State next year.
What's
Well,
wrong
this year, I
with
guess. Nothing. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm going to Kent State, stuck in Ohio for a few years, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm starting in the fall, this coming fall, so that's exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. But the only issues with this stupid orientation is it's like I swear to God, it's like a 48-hour ordeal. It's like a overnight thing, which I'm not staying overnight. I'm literally leaving and coming home and going back in the morning because I'm not sleeping in a dorm room with some stranger.
you?
Like
Isn't
that's
that
just
like
not the life for me.
mandatory?
Mandatory, but both of my sisters had to do it and they both literally left. So, it's fine. Um I feel like most people usually like leave and go to frat parties. But I'm just gonna like I live 10 minutes away, so I'm just gonna like go home and sleep in my own bed and then just go back the next morning. But
Mm.
yeah, I get to like pick out my classes and shit. So should be fun. Really looking forward to it. Can't wait to start school. It's gonna be a great time. Um, so yeah. Also like decided on a minor because I like had to, so I just picked marketing because I feel like that's pretty solid.
You had some minor or something?
I mean, you don't have to, but I wanted to. I don't want to just go for a major if I can minor in something too. Um,
Huh.
strive for overachieving here. So, yeah, I was talking with my sister about it, and she encouraged me, and I was like, you know what, you're right. So we're going with a minor in marketing. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, yeah, my sister was home this past weekend, which was really great. I haven't seen her in a few months. So that was fun. Got to hang out with her. And then I'll get to see her in September too, which is really exciting. And then we're trying to plan a trip for my spring break next year.
Where are you
Not sure
going?
where yet. We're UK, her and I were gonna, well, we were gonna invite my other sister to come, but she doesn't really love traveling. And so I think it's just gonna be me and my one sister, and we're gonna do like Ireland and then like England and anywhere we can get to, just like have a fun little move around places for spring break. So we'll see. I would definitely want to do it with her because she's traveled internationally like a bunch of times. So she knows what she's doing. And she also was like, I want your first time you travel internationally to be with me. And I was like, okay, that's fair. So
So
we'll see.
no London in November?
It's not looking good with peace and love. I mean, I don't
You
know.
could have told me.
Well, I just found out today we were talking about it, but nothing's set in stone, obviously. I don't like to plan my life out too far in advance. I like to just go with the flow, but
I'm total
we'll see.
opposite.
It's just causes unnecessary stress to sit there and worry about something that's like 6 months away. I'd rather just
Okay, but
live in the moment.
especially like with international flights, you need to plan further in advance because that shit's expensive if you wait to the last minute.
I mean, it's gonna be expensive no matter what. And I'm just like I said, I'm not gonna stress myself out with it. I'm not gonna set anything in stone yet because I don't even know what my schedule is gonna look like in 2 months. So it's like I'm not gonna make any definite plans yet, but I'm looking forward to figuring it out. Um,
Well, if you're not gonna go to London with me, then I'm gonna use my miles to go to Italy with a friend of mine.
go for it. Yeah, I mean, do whatever you think you'll have fun doing, but
I mean, I could go to
um,
London by myself, which I thought
I mean, that's
about.
not really like safe.
I mean, going
You've never
anywhere by
traveled internationally before.
well, going
That's
anywhere by
like,
myself isn't really safe, but
yeah, I'm just saying if you
as a
don't even like
woman,
have a clue. Yeah, I mean, it's not safe. I don't recommend. I mean, do your thing if that's what you want to do, but it's probably not the best idea. But who am I to say what's a good idea and what's not? So, yeah. Um, what else has been going on? I guess I can talk about the fact that I got bit by a fucking mouse. Um, which is
yeah,
having some current effects. So this was like 2 weeks ago, maybe. I don't know. A few weeks. There was a mouse. My sister's room is in the basement of our house, and there was a mouse in there. And so she like set down a glue trap and caught him. And he was like on the porch, on the trap, still alive and like struggling. And it fucking broke my heart to sit there and look at it like that. And I just couldn't. I refused. Like I can't look at an animal dying and just be like, okay, bye, and like let it die. That is not a thing that's gonna ever
I
happen with
don't
me.
do mice.
And
Ooh,
huh?
I don't do mice.
No, it was literally so cute, and I just felt so bad. I love all animals and even rodents. They're just too pure for this world. And they just don't know any better, you know? And so it was on this fucking trap, struggling, and I was like, oh fuck no. So I ran to my in the kitchen, got some coconut oil in a dream and I walked back onto that porch and sat there for 20 minutes slowly scraping this little mouse off of the trap. And so I got like the bottom of him off, but his like head and neck was still stuck to it, and I was like, well shit, that's not gonna work. So I got a
That's
little too
gross.
confident with my bond with this mouse, and I really thought we like had a thing going and we were trusting each other, and I just misinterpreted the relationship and the bond because this mouse was not having a good time. It was so scared, and I got a little too close to its mouth and it bit me, which is problematic for so many reasons. And I was like, fuck. So I got it off the trap. I ran and like washed my hands. Like that was the first thing I did. And I like tried to keep it clean, whatever. And mice don't really like typically carry rabies, so I was like, I'll probably be all right. Like they carry like thousands of other
And
like
so they have
viruses and
so many
shit.
like diseases and shit.
I know, but my immediate thing was like, well, at least I won't get rabies. And I had been like cautious and keeping it really clean,
A
whatever.
deadly disease.
Yeah, so I was being like really clean with the cut on my finger from the bite, whatever. It healed perfectly. And just within the last like it happened Wednesday and we're filming on a Monday, so it's been like 5 days now. Like 5 days ago, I was driving home from work and I started to feel like really short of breath for no fucking reason. And I was like, what is going on? And I was like, maybe like I'm just anxious like for some reason, even though that's never happened to me before. And I literally just felt like something was like sitting on my chest, like, and I had like a pillow smothering my face. Like I couldn't fucking breathe. And I've just been like trying to ignore it for the last few days, and it's just been getting progressively worse. And so it was like 2 nights ago, I was laying in bed and I was like thinking about why the fuck am I so short of breath? And then I was like, I don't know why it just randomly came to me this fucking bite from the mouse. And I was like, I wonder if that's like at all correlated. And so I just like took to Google and was like, I typed in like mouse bite, shortness of breath, and this virus
Full of
popped up, and
keywords.
it's like hantavirus, I think is what it's called. And I was like reading through all the symptoms of it and I was like, holy fucking shit. I was like thinking like from the last couple weeks, I've had like 75% of the symptoms on this list throughout like the last 2 weeks. And I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, shit, well, is it treatable? Like, should I go to the doctor? And there's literally like no treatment for it. And I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. And I don't even know if I have it. I'm just like assuming. And I don't really want to go get blood work done because it's just not for me. I don't like doctors. And so I've just been raw dogging it. I've been like obviously keeping an eye on like my oxygen and making sure I'm all good. And I'm fine so far. So let's hope it doesn't get worse, and because like fluid can like fill in your lungs and it can actually like be fatal. So hopefully I don't have
Should
that
have
and
went
it
to the
doesn't
doctor.
happen. I mean, what are they gonna do? They wouldn't even like do any. My oxygen levels are fine. There's nothing they can fucking do to help. Like it just seems like a waste of time and resources. So I was like, I'll just stick it out and see what happens. If it gets worse, I'll go see a doctor. But I'm actually feeling like kind of decent this evening. So maybe I'm getting better. Maybe it was just like, I don't know. I'm trying to like tell myself it's fine. It's probably not fine, but like
I feel like
I'll be right.
also since you're a hypochondriac, that like once you started reading these symptoms, you're like, I have all of these.
Well, no, and that's the thing, because you would think I would do that, but I genuinely was like being like objective, like thinking back on like weeks. And it's what's really kind of fucked up is like the timeline of when like symptoms start to happen with this virus is like spot on to when like mine started after getting bit. So it's a little sketchy. I probably have it, but I mean, I survived COVID. I'm young, I'm healthy. Unfortunately, there's no vaccine for this virus, but I think I'll be okay. I'll keep you guys updated though if it gets worse. Um, what else? I'm just like going down the list. We have
Um,
a tie update.
why'd you
We
just
have two
name
tie
why'd
up.
you just name drop like that?
I feel like we've name dropped before. We totally
No.
named. Yes, we did. The
No, we
last time we
didn't.
talked, we totally did.
We did not.
We okay. We'll cut it. It's fine. He doesn't even know
You
who we
cut
are.
it. I'm not
Whatever.
gonna cut it. That's a lot of work.
Okay, okay. I'm fine with it. I stand by it. No, so I feel like we totally name dropped, but whatever. Um, our previous Applebee's waiter, who we talked about like 4 episodes ago, probably something along those lines.
I
The
love
really like
that moment.
we love Applebee's, but this guy is just it's a completely different level of funny that I've never actually gotten to experience in real life until him. Because he
It's
doesn't
like
try to be. He
it's
doesn't
just
it's
like
like a Michael Scott funny. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an unintentional, creepy, awkward funny.
I just feel like his confidence is like through the roof to
A
where that
hundred
like he doesn't
percent.
realize what his actions are just like so painfully uncomfortable yet comical to the people around him.
It's so good though. Like
Like
I honestly would be
respectfully.
friends with him. If given the chance, I would be friends with him because it's so out of pocket and so fucking funny. So the last time we had just talked about how fucking awkward the whole experience was. And then you and I went back to Applebee's like a couple weeks ago.
What did we
And
get
he
for?
I think it was just like a day after filming and we were hungry.
I don't think we filmed.
I don't know.
I think
I
I feel like when I think of Applebee's, I think of like a celebratory moment.
Oh, that's so sad.
That's so sad. But I think
True.
the white
That's like me
trash.
with Olive Garden. That's like we only go to Olive Garden for like graduations and birthdays.
That was me growing up with
Yeah, for
Olive Garden.
sure.
I fucking hate Olive Garden though.
Oh, I love it. It's like fancy as fuck, even though it's literally not.
I
But
hate Olive Garden so much. It's disgusting.
um no, that's so funny. But yeah, I don't we were just going to Applebee's and just as it was written in the cards for us to have another experience with this guy, which I've already name dropped, but I won't do it again.
For the respect of him.
I mean, I have no I have a little bit of respect for him because he's funny, but like he deserves this. He deserves to be put on blast for his actions. So it was the last time we were at Applebee's. He was our fucking waiter again, and I literally when she said that he would, or yeah, the like hostess was like, "Oh, he'll be your waiter. He'll be over in like a minute." I started dying laughing because I was like, "Of course it is. Of course it's him."
Right.
Um, and so I couldn't even fucking look at you when he walked over because I just started laughing.
No,
And
I was cracking up. I felt like a silly little girl.
No, for sure, because it's just like this thing, it's like an inside joke, and he doesn't understand that he is the
Not in
joke.
on our joke.
And that makes it even funnier. And so I'm like looking at you, trying not to laugh, and then just it's like deja vu. It's genuinely just his personality. It's not like he's trying to act this way. I really believe it's just who he is. And he's just very like comfortable with himself, which I respect. But
I
he like pulls
respect
up a
that
fucking chair.
so hard.
He like fucking pulls up a chair and sits down to like take our order, which I love
It was
that
the
for
fact that he
him.
just like rolled up and sat right next to me, and I was like, "You're too close. I'm
No, for sure.
uncomfortable."
Yeah, and so everything was like nothing too crazy until we get the bill. And this, so tell me why. He comes over and he's like standing there, and I was getting my card out of my wallet. And tell me why he like awkwardly like taps me on like my lower back, like close to my side, and goes,
Hey,
"Give me your
hey,
card."
hey, hey, card, card, card.
Yeah. And I was like, "Are we on this level now? Like, are we friends? Like, why are you touching me?" And I thought it was just so fucking funny though. Like it didn't, and it's the thing where he doesn't make me uncomfortable, and that's why I respect him. I really genuinely don't feel uncomfortable
I
around him.
don't feel
I find it
uncomfortable either. It's just
hilarious.
like so funny.
It's so funny. Like he just has no fucking
It's not like an
boundaries.
uncomfortableness, it's like an awkwardness.
It's so awkward, but he covers it up so fucking well with confidence. You know what I'm saying? So we love him. And then it was a couple of days ago when my sister was in town. I decided to treat her to a nice little eating good in the neighborhood.
You love a good Applebee's.
Applebee's night. And my other sister came with us. It was the three of us. And so unfortunately, he was not our waiter this time, but he was still in the building working, and he was like across the room. And I awkwardly like just looked up at the wrong time, and he looked up at the wrong time, and we made such weird eye contact, and he like definitely remembered who I was. And it was just the fucking worst experience of all time. I wanted to die. I
As
was like,
locked eyes.
"Ugh." No, we did, and it was like even worse because we like sat there for a minute and then looked away. It was so awkward. Hated it for me, but it was funny. So yeah, that's your little update. We go to Applebee's all the time, so I'm quite sure we'll have more stories in the future.
I
Um,
haven't had Applebee's since then, and that's honestly like so unlike me.
it's kind of shocking. Like, hello. Um, but yeah, so there's a little update for you on the Applebee's waiter king.
Um,
Do we want to do like a little deep dive into our Nashville trip?
sure.
I mean, I just feel like
So
some fun little events happened.
yeah, we went to Nashville a week ago. Um, for our friend's wedding, which is honestly like poor timing for me because it was a week before my finals were due. Um,
Mm.
fine. I had a
Yeah,
great
I mean, it worked out. It was an unfortunate timing because it came during a fucking like
heat wave.
nationwide heat wave. And yeah, it was
So
like the hottest fucking days out of the year.
we went after work on a Wednesday. Got there pretty late at night on Wednesday.
Hmm.
Literally walked as soon as you walked outside the airport, it was like your
I was
fucking
stepping
face
into the
was
pits of hell.
melting.
I was stepping into the pits of hell, and it is my worst nightmare because I sweat like an abnormal amount when it's not hot. Like I just sweat like
Maybe you have that
weirdly.
like
It's
sweating.
not that. It's not that because that's like an even more extreme than what I have. I just like fucking sweat, but like it's not hyperhidrosis. And so yeah, I step off this fucking plane and when I tell you it took not even 60 seconds for every like crack and crevice of my body to start dripping sweat. And I like
It was
already
like
kind of have
fucking
yeah, and
humid.
It was
which it was
sticky
so humid that like made it
and
10 times worse.
I couldn't breathe because like I already don't have great lungs just from like all my years of vaping. And they're slowly repairing themselves, but it's still not perfect and I still struggle to breathe a lot. And that humidity did not do me any favors. I straight up could not fucking breathe. And I really felt like I was gonna pass out when we're like looking for this fucking Uber. It was not a great experience.
It was
I would
not.
literally never want to do that again. It was horrible.
Also, the Nashville airport, like arrivals area, is the most confusing
Yeah.
place that I've ever been, and it's ridiculous.
The only comparison I can make to it is it's pretty similar, like arrival wise, to the Denver airport, and it's just so unnecessarily confusing. Like it does not need to be that hard, but they like made it complicated for some reason, and I don't like that. Like quit confusing people, just make it easy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like getting into Nashville was a fucking nightmare. But I had the privilege of letting you pick the hotel. You didn't disappoint. I was pleasantly surprised. I was a little nervous going into it. You found a heater, man. It was a great little hotel.
I just have to say, you're the like most particular person about hotels.
I am.
Where
I will not tolerate dirty. I will not tolerate bugs. Like everything
I
needs
was
to be
getting so
working.
like frustrated looking for a hotel. I was like, she should just fucking do this.
I just very particular. I will not sleep with any sort of dirt. It's like I'm not really weird about clean and stuff, but when I'm like sleeping somewhere, it needs to be fucking clean. Like the
Well,
thought
I
of
feel
it
like
even being a little dirty is
my
gross.
frustration with booking the hotel was literally if it had one bad review, you're like, I'm not staying there. Every place is gonna have a
Yeah.
bad review.
Okay, well, there's probably a reason for that then, and we should
Every
like
single there was a bad review on the place that we stayed and you liked it.
you're right. And I will continue to be picky about where I stay. I will not
Then you
sleep.
could pick places because I was getting so frustrated. I was like, I do not have time for this.
Oh my God, that I told you to pick whatever you wanted at the end of the day. I just
You
wouldn't
told me
have
to
been
pick whatever you wanted after you're like, I'm not staying here, I'm not staying here, I'm not gonna stay here, I'm not gonna stay here. No, this one has a bad review, I'm not gonna stay there.
Yeah, I'm just not about that. I like to stay in
Then pick, you
clean,
should have picked.
nice places. You could have told me to. Communication. I didn't, this is the first I'm hearing of this frustration, but now I know. So whenever we have to stay in a hotel again, I'll just pick it for us. Um,
My
yeah, I'm just very
my issue
particular.
was you had very high standards with
I
a
do, and I
budget
will not
that
lower them.
didn't meet those standards.
Um, yeah, a little bit. I just and that's another thing which obviously like we were there for a reason. We were there for our friend's wedding and I would not have been going there if it wasn't for like a purpose because I didn't actually have enough money to go, but
Mhm.
we made do. Yeah, the hotel was fine. It's just really fucking hot the days we were there and it was like kind of hard to enjoy it just because it was so hot.
Mhm.
And then we got in like a kind of a little fucking like fight. This is probably
Bro,
like our most legitimate fight of all time
you
yet.
pissed me off so fucking bad.
Okay, and I think that we both have our views on it, and that's okay. That's like the whole point of life is to have two different points of view. But I will objectively tell the story, and then we can like talk about our feelings after the fact. Since it's been so long, we've cooled down a little bit. But it was a pretty heated moment for us.
I can
um,
get heated real quick again about it.
please don't. I am not interested in rehashing this. Um, so yeah, what had happened was it was the day of the wedding. We had decided we were gonna go for a little lunch before the wedding because we just were hungry gals. And so I was like, yeah, I'm down to eat wherever. I'm not very picky when it comes to food. I can always find something to eat at like any restaurant. So I wasn't too worried about it. I was like, get whatever you want. I'm cool with whatever. And so you had found a pub that was like 20 minutes away, not even. And I was like, I'm game, whatever. Okay, so we like get ready, all of that. We get our outfits on for the wedding, do our hair and makeup. I had already kind of been at a disadvantage because I didn't realize it was going to be that hot when we were there. So I had purchased a long sleeve dress.
I feel
And
like
that was mistake
Nashville in
number
the
one.
summer in general, you shouldn't have bought a long sleeve
Well,
dress.
I've never been to Nashville. I didn't
Well,
know.
anywhere in the South, it's gonna be hot as hell.
I don't leisurely go to the South. I've never been, so
Well,
I didn't know
anywhere
what to
in
expect.
June, it's gonna be fucking hot.
Okay, I I didn't there was a reason I didn't want a short sleeve dress. I'm not 100% comfortable in them, so I just felt like I would wear something that made me feel good about myself. And so I decided to go with a long sleeve dress just to kind of I like to be a little bit more modest when I dress. I don't love everything showing. I like to kind of just like keep it to myself.
That's fair.
And so yeah, I loved the dress even though you had some things to say about it. You didn't love it, but that's okay. I was the
You
one that had
didn't
to
love
wear
it
it.
either.
I mean, I
Don't
felt okay in
lie.
it. I really did. I felt okay in it. It grew on me a little bit because, and Laura also gave me like such nice compliments. My friend Laura, she really gassed me up and
You
she
made
was
me
like,
sound like an asshole.
I'm not trying, I'm just saying you didn't love the dress. That's not
You
a
asked me
bad
how I
thing.
felt about the design before you bought it, and I told you.
Yeah,
Because you gave
I'm
me,
not saying
you
anything.
sent me
I
a couple
literally,
different ones. And I was like, oh, this just reminds me of this.
for sure, and that's okay. Everyone's entitled to
And
an
then you
opinion. I'm
got it
not
and you tried
saying
it
that.
on, and you're like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure, and it turns out after I kind of put it on all together, and I received like such, like I said, such nice words from my bestie Laura. She was really like fucking gassing me up. I was like, okay, period. I'd wear it again. Which I needed. And but like I had said, didn't know it was gonna be that hot, so kind of not the best move. So we go to this pub in this Uber, and then we realize when we get there that it's 21 and up, which neither of us had expected because in Ohio that's not the law. So I didn't anticipate to not be let inside, and so I was like, shit, okay. Keep
Honestly,
in
they
mind,
probably wouldn't even have carded you.
well, I'd hate to fucking find out and get embarrassed if they did, because that's mortifying. And
Well, it's
so
not like you're gonna be ordering a drink.
they literally the sign out front said 21 to even enter, which like I said is not a thing in Ohio, but so I was like, okay, well, this sucks. And we were in like the middle of nowhere. There was like nothing around except for this fucking pub. And
Right.
it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock, like the hottest point in the fucking day, like as hot as it's gonna get. The sun is at its highest point, and it's just fucking beating down on me. And you're like trying to get another Uber to take us somewhere else, and this fucking Uber is like 20 minutes away. And I start to panic because I know myself and my body and my limits, and I know that there's no way I'm like making it through this 20 minutes in this heat in a long sleeve dress. It's not happening. And so like I always do, immediately start sweating, dripping sweat. And so I was just getting a little frustrated. I was hot, I was overstimulated. I was just like the hair was on the back of my fucking neck. Like everyone knows how that feels. It's not a good feeling. And it was just a lot, and I was just stressed out because I felt like I was gonna fucking pass out because I was definitely dehydrated. And so I was just very frustrated. I don't at this point even remember what was said. All I know is that you and I started to get a little mad at each other. And okay, so what I will say is when I do not have moments like that, like ever. That is so unlike me. I'm very much just go with the flow, it'll be fine. But in certain circumstances where I'm overheating and sweating out like a fucking pig, it was just a lot for me to handle, and I got a little snippy. And it
Oh,
wasn't intentional. Okay, we are not rehashing this. We will both tell our sides of the story. It's fine. And so I got a little snippy with you because I was just like frustrated and I was expressing to you my frustration, and you took it as I was being a fucking bitch to you, basically. That
word.
was not my intention. Okay, I'm not being mean about it. You don't have to be mean about it either. We're over it. And so I was just being a little snippy and I had kind of an attitude, but like I said, that's not me. And so when I have a moment like that, it's best to just like don't talk to me.
I
You know what I'm
wasn't
saying?
talking to you.
No, what I'm saying is like I was being snippy and I guess I can't expect anyone to know that except for like people close to me who like know me in those situations to not talk to me. And you didn't know that about me and cuz nobody really does except
Okay, but
for
if you're gonna be
close
a bitch to
friends.
me, I'm not gonna just like sit there and take it. I'm always gonna like
Okay. And like
do
I said,
back.
I will explain myself. I don't think I was being a bitch to you. I was just a little frustrated and I didn't even really say anything mean. I feel like I just had a tone, a little bit of a cunty tone to the way I was talking. And it, like I said, wasn't intentional. I was just like overheating and a little stressed out. And like I said, you don't know me in those situations. I like my family knows and like close friends that when I get frustrated, it rarely happens, but when it does, just like give me a minute to just like recharge. And so, yeah, we're like sitting on this fucking like patio area trying to not I was trying to not pass out waiting for this goddamn Uber.
You're sitting. I'm standing far away from you.
You were literally like 2 feet away from me. It's not like you were across the parking lot. And so yeah, I was just a little frustrated and it was whatever. Once the Uber came and I was able to get into like a little air conditioned moment in the car, I was like, okay, I've calmed down. I'm good. We're back to normal. And so I was feeling good, but you and I are also very different where you hold grudges and I
It
don't.
wasn't that
And
I was
so
holding a grudge. It was you automatically invalidated my feelings because you were over it.
how is that me invalid? I was over it. I'm not expecting you to get over it. I'm just saying like
You were
and
though.
I wasn't.
You
I wasn't
literally
trying
told
to.
me, you literally told me that's what's wrong with
See,
you
why are you getting mad
because it
again? Let's
frustrates
not
me because
rehash
you
this.
you consistently do this
Oh
where
my god.
you will invalidate my feelings when you're
Are we
over
about to fight
something.
again?
Yes,
Oh my god.
because
Okay, guys, here we go.
you will invalidate my feelings when you're over something because you're over it. And
When?
instead of
I'm not
like
trying to.
like validating, oh, like I understand that you feel that way. You're like, that's literally what's wrong with you. You can't let shit go. That's what pisses me
Okay.
off.
I did say that, and in a way, I mean, obviously, that's not a nice thing to say, and I probably wouldn't say that if I wasn't frustrated, but at the heat of the moment, it was frustrating because I was over it. I wanted
Because
to just like
you were over it.
squash the beef,
You were
and
over it. You didn't even give me a second to be like, hey, I'm sorry for the way that I talked to you.
I said I'm
Good.
sorry. And like I'm saying, we're just different
You didn't
people
say
like that.
sorry. You said, can we squash the beef?
Yeah.
That's not
That
apologizing.
okay, that's just okay, and that's again, we're just different people where if someone were to do that to me, I'd be, yeah, let's squash it. We're good. And I guess not everyone's like that. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, but it's okay for everyone not to be like you. You just have to remember to validate other people's feelings in those situations.
I feel like I guess maybe I feel like I guess I don't understand because I don't need validation, but other people do. And I can't always remember that.
And it's
And
not
that's
that I needed
okay.
validation. It was just like you made me feel stupid for like having feelings.
I'm sorry, that was not my intentions. Like I said, it was just like a heat of a moment thing, and you held on to it a little longer than I did. And so we go to this other restaurant that you picked, and the fucking dining room was closed in it. So I was like, Jesus Christ, like this is just like a day from hell. So we walked across the little thing to the fucking Taco Bell, which couldn't be more on brand if we tried. So we're sitting in
I
this
was
Taco
so pissed.
Bell.
We literally had Taco Bell the day before, and I was just like, I can't
I'm a
sleep.
Taco Bell girly. I love it. I enjoyed my pre-dinner.
And my chips were stale. Everything was bad.
No, I had a great time in the Taco Bell. Really lovely workers there too. They were all really nice.
Absolutely done. Women in gents.
Yeah, and then I guess we kind of like eventually got over the argument. That was a serious one though. We've never probably fought that bad before. It wasn't, and
So
that's the thing, like,
I'm gonna tell my side of the story now.
please, yeah, hit us with it.
Okay, so we get there, find out that you can't get in because you're not 21.
Sorry, you just saw my upper thigh. I'm moving
And
around.
so I'm like, okay, I'll order an Uber. So I order Uber. I'm like, it's 18 minutes away. And you're like, well, that's not gonna work. Like, you immediately got snippy with me.
100%, I was overheating.
What the fuck do you want me to do about that?
Nothing. Like I said, just because I get upset in a moment and I have a tone doesn't mean I'm purposely trying to be rude.
But it didn't stop there. You kept on yelling. If you don't want to say you're yelling at
I mean, I
me,
definitely wasn't yelling. I don't yell. I was like maybe a little frustrated with my tone, but I don't yell.
you were cunty.
For sure, cunty. Like I said, I will not deny cunty, but I do deny yelling because I don't yell.
It wasn't
I
like
like make it.
yelling,
I
but
make
like
it a point to not yell.
your tone was more louder than it usually is.
Okay, and that's totally fine. Like I said, I just like to keep the record straight because I do make a conscious effort to not ever scream because that's not it. And
We weren't screaming. I'm not saying you're screaming.
well, you said you yelled, and I
When I think
I
yelling,
do not accept that.
I think like an aggressive, louder tone,
Okay,
not like
see, yeah,
scream.
we just have different definitions of yelling, but that's okay. That's besides the point.
Um, so you the entire fucking time that this Uber's on its way, you're bitching at me
I
about
was not
how
bitching at you. I was kind of just thinking out
well
loud.
be prepared to call 911 when I pass out. What the fuck do you
And
want
I
me to
really
do about
stand
it?
by that. I was just letting you know I was
And you
probably going to
just kept
pass
on yelling at
out.
me how it's not gonna work, that this Uber is 18. What do you want me to do? Make them drive faster? Like there is literally
No.
out of my control. There's nothing I
And
can do about it. And you just kept on yelling at me and it pissed me off. So I'm being silent and the waiter comes out to hand you a menu and you immediately get snippy with this man that was just trying to do his job.
I
And
said we're not eating here.
you're like,
That's all
we're
I said.
not eating here. Like
Yeah.
your tone was not nice.
Okay.
And
And like I said,
that's my biggest ick is when people are like disrespectful to customer
I
service.
was not disrespectful just because I didn't put on a customer service voice to say I'm not eating here. I said we're not eating here. That's all.
Your tone to him was rude. Anyways,
Okay, well, whatever.
I was like, he's just doing his job. And then that's what sent you over the edge. That's when you
Yeah,
started.
because it's moments like that where like how would you feel if you were in a really stressful moment and someone is like picking at something you just did when you're already having like an overwhelming moment? That's not a good feeling to anyone.
Not a good feeling. However, I always just try to make a conscious effort, no matter what I'm like feeling, to like be respectful to customer service workers because I know how it
Okay,
feels.
we've all had you had your moment at the airport, in the
Yeah, and
hotel.
I get
Everyone
that.
has those
I get
moments, and
it.
I can own that. I'm just saying it's like in that moment, don't try
But
and
it was
correct
no
someone when
different.
they're
It is no different
stressed.
than you were clocking me about it. So it's no different.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I clocked you about it. So we
Okay.
get in the Uber and then you asked for something out of my purse and said, "Can you squash the beef?" And that you're
Mhm.
over it. And that's
Yeah.
what like frustrated me that like you didn't even give me a moment to like feel what I was feeling.
I didn't know you needed one because we were like having our own separate moments when it was happening. I didn't know you needed a different moment. You know what I mean?
You couldn't tell that I needed a moment.
I didn't. I didn't know that. Obviously, I wouldn't have fucking tried to cut the tension if I knew.
My issue was just the way that you reacted after I said that I needed a moment. That was not cool.
Okay, I'm sorry
And
if it
not
hurt
hurt
your
my feelings.
feelings. I'm sorry if it hurt your feelings. I'm just very, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I vibe where it's like I don't like to hold on to things. I like to just get over it. But I guess other people don't and they need a little bit longer to process things, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Um
You're acting like I needed forever to process it. It was literally 5 minutes.
I Kirsten, don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say you needed forever to I just said other people need a little longer to process an argument than me. And that's totally, like I said, there is nothing wrong with that. That's completely okay. It's just I'm not used to that because I obviously don't get into arguments very often, so I don't know. You know? I
Yeah,
like never argue with people because
I
it's
just
just like
felt
not my thing.
very frustrated that like you invalidated my feelings and you apologized for that. I don't know. I just feel like whenever I feel something or some sort of way and you don't relate to it, like it's automatically like nothing. You shouldn't feel
What
that
do
way.
you mean? Hmm?
It automatically feels like you are towards me like you shouldn't feel that way because I feel this way about a
That's not my
situation.
intention. I'm sorry if someone takes that way. That's like not me, and I guess anyone who understands me knows that. I'm sorry if you feel that way. It's not my intention to ever make someone feel that. So, might be. My bad.
I appreciate that. Just make
Sure.
a conscious effort not to do that.
I mean, like I said, it's just not a thing to me because it doesn't very often happen. So it's not something I
But
ever
you
think
know
about.
now, so make a conscious effort not to. See, that's what I'm talking about. Is you're like whenever I
What?
okay,
Because it's just like, what do you want from me? I got it. Like, message received. I'll work on it.
I
You
don't know.
know?
I just
It's not like a thing. At
I don't know.
least
Just
I don't think it is.
your tone when you do it just makes me feel a little invalidated.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. Like I said, I'll work on it. I'll do my best. Um, anyways, anything else we gotta lay out on the line here? I mean, we might as well. Anything else we want to get off our chest?
Yeah, but I'll save
Um,
it till after.
no, we can hit it with it now. Please be my guest.
No, it's just us bitching at each other for an hour.
We're gonna have to make a title something funny about us, like Dr. Phil episode, you know?
Okay, if we're talking about feelings and you want
Oh
to air
God.
out dirty laundry,
Okay, careful. What are we hitting it with?
I will admit that at the beginning of the episode you hurt my feelings
For what fucking reason?
about the travel plans.
What
That you
about them?
that the first I'm hearing that like you're not down for our trip is on here.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's not like we were fucking discussing it earlier. We haven't talked about it in weeks, and I just talked about it with my sister this morning, and we haven't really talked today.
And just a heads up would have been nice. Like, hey, I don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna
Okay,
go
I
with
didn't know it was a
Brianna.
thing. I didn't know it was a thing. See, this is
That
the
hurt
thing.
me
I don't
so much.
understand like how big these things are, and it's just like I don't know that. I'm sorry. It's just
I've just expressed to you on multiple occasions that I'm like a big planner because that like gives me anxiety, like not
okay, and I'm
having
not.
things lined up.
I'm not a
But you know
planner.
this about me. I've told you this when we first started thinking about planning a trip to London.
Hmm.
That like I would like to know in advance so I could figure out financially, plan accordingly. Like when were you gonna tell me?
Whenever it came up next, I don't know. Like I said, I
That's what I have
genuinely
a problem with.
okay. You can okay. Just because you're a planner and that doesn't mean
Okay,
like I plan. I
okay,
don't
but
know what
you're
I'm doing.
right, but you were gonna let me go like say a month and a half and be like, hey, so I found this for
No, like I
then.
said, we need to make it clear that I never committed to anything. I told you the last time we talked about it, I wasn't 100% on anything.
And I understand that, but you're saying as of right now,
Yeah,
yes.
as of right now. And like I said, I just learned that today. I mean, I don't know when it would have come up next in a conversation.
I'm just saying a heads up would have been nice.
I'm sorry. I mean, we didn't talk at all today. I didn't really have like a moment to tell you. I'm sorry. I don't know. I didn't realize it was like a thing.
I don't know. It just would have been nice to hear before on here. Like when you talked with Brianna, be like, hey, by the way, don't think this is gonna happen.
I, I haven't talked to you more than like 4 Snapchat videos today.
I'm just saying when you talked to Brianna this morning, you could have shot me a message.
My bad, it just wasn't like on my mind. I guess like I said, it wasn't ever like a set in stone thing, so I didn't really think anything of it at the time. I say the time as if it wasn't like 2 hours ago. But yeah, I don't know, it just wasn't a thing in
See,
my
that's what I
brain.
mean.
What?
Make me feel
Fuck,
small for
what?
having feelings.
I'm not trying to. I'm saying, like, I'm just giving my side of the story. I didn't realize it was a big thing.
I'm just saying
I
it
guess
was
maybe I
fine.
shouldn't put it that way. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was like an issue. It's
I'm
not an
just
issue.
saying.
Fuck, I don't know. It's not.
I'm just
I didn't know it was a thing.
it wouldn't have been cool if you would have let me know like in a month when we talk about it again. We
Okay.
knew for like all this time. You would have known for a month that like you
Okay, I
weren't
don't
going.
think I would have went a month, first of all. I guarantee you I probably would have let you know ahead of time, but like I said, this just happened like not even 6 hours ago. But I should have let you know. You're right. I'm sorry. I'll make better choices next time. And I'm meaning that seriously. I'm not being a dickhead. Like, I'm being genuine.
I feel like you're being a dickhead.
I swear to God, Kirsten. Like, that's why. See, people take it like I'm being legit. Like, I swear to God, I don't know what else you want from me. Like, I'm not being a dickhead. Like, I'm sorry if I just come across that way, but I'm being legit. Like, I swear to God, I'm not lying.
I don't know. I just feel like it's the lack of caring.
I just like vibe. I don't know. I run on vibes. I
I
just feel
don't.
like, huh?
I don't.
Okay. I feel like we're both kind of just like it's just a miscommunication, and those happen.
On your end.
Okay, on my end.
I
Like
don't know.
what
I
else?
feel like I make a conscious effort to like cater to the way that you are,
Okay.
and sometimes I feel like that is not reciprocated.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry if you, like I'm. This is not funny. Like I'm laughing because I'm like I don't even know what to like say to you because like I just have like an But we also know I have like an incapability of like processing emotions. So
Yeah.
that's something I'm obviously always working on. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like things aren't a thing to me. That like it's a normal human thing for things to like be important to someone.
Yeah.
But
And
they're
it's
just like
not
not
to
that
you.
important to me because I just like go with the flow. Like I could literally die fucking in my sleep tonight. I don't know. Like I just don't think about it. I don't think about what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I just like go with it. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I just have like a very busy life, and I feel like my efforts to plan are like something that's really important to me.
Okay. And I respect that. I really do. Um and that's why I'm not gonna make any I'm gonna have a busy life here in like 2 months with like full-time school, and I'm obviously gonna quit my job and get a different job, which I'm not really sure how to feel about that. I'm kind of sad. But like
You haven't really like told me about that.
I mean, I feel like it's just like expected at this point. I
I mean,
can't make it
not
work. I'm
really.
gonna be like going to class like in person every day. I can't really make a fucking job like a day job work. I'm gonna have to work nights, which will be dope.
There's
Yeah, is that
you
I
should
fuck should
probably
I'm educate me. Should I have communicated that earlier? Like I don't fucking know.
yeah.
Why? It's just like I don't know.
Because
Is that
like
like a thing?
yeah.
It's just like 2 months away. It's not something I think about. I just like go with
Well,
the
if it's something that
flow.
you knew you were gonna do, I feel like it'd be cool to know.
Why? And hit me with it. Like I really am trying to understand so I know for like
Because
future
I
reference.
got you that job.
So
So
what?
like I feel an obligation to make sure when you're gone that like there's someone to replace you.
That's not your obligation. In my own, like, I'm an employee there. I'll turn in a 2 weeks notice and I'll even give more of a notice than that.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you know you're gonna quit for school, you should probably let our boss know.
I don't have a time frame. I'm not just going to be like, hey, in a couple months I'm quitting. I'll let her know when I know when I'm going to. I don't just like want to throw out like a fucking month time frame and be like somewhere in between that. I'll let her know when I have like a legit date of when I will not be working there anymore.
But I feel like also you could make it work if you wanted to.
I don't want to because I genuinely don't get paid enough to like stay there. It's just not worth it when I could like bartend and make more, and I'd have a clear schedule during the day for school.
I mean,
Um,
I'm just saying because one of my coworkers is a full-time student and she works part-time with me.
yeah, I don't know. It's just not worth it to me. Like I've always said, this is a job to me. I work to like make money. It's not like something like obviously I enjoy what I do, but it's not my be all like end all passion in life. And I work to live. I don't live to work. And so yeah, I mean it's just a day job to me. It's not like a big thing, which is like probably a little like shitty, but like not really. Cause I put
I don't
forth
know.
a good effort when I'm at work, but it's not like I sit at home and like think about work after the fact. I just go to make money, which I feel like is like valid for a job.
I feel like that's valid, just like in the line of work that we work in. I don't know. I feel like I'm consistently thinking about.
I'm not because I make it a very clear point to separate my work life from my like normal life
And I feel like
because I don't
that's
want that to bleed into each other. I very put up a wall so I don't think about anything in my personal life like that.
that's healthy. Absolutely. I just feel like from a compassionate like standpoint, like like feel everyone's problems. So like I'm
You an
obviously
empath?
yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not
I
being a
always
smartass.
am feeling the weight of my residents' problems.
Yeah, see, I'm not that way. And like I said, when I'm at work, I make an effort to be there for them and do what I can. But after that, it's not my job anymore. When I clock out, it's not my job to worry. And that's that. Is that bad? I don't know. That's just how I've always been. I just don't think about shit like that. It's like I go there to make money. I don't want to like I don't need to make friends. I don't need to do any of that. I just get my check, you know? That's pretty much the only reason I work. Um but yeah, I don't know.
You do you.
Huh?
I mean, you do you.
I feel like a silent judgment.
I don't know.
um
I just feel like in this line, it's like important to make relationships with the people around. But I like respect that like you have a great separation.
I don't know. It's just like I and I've always been this way. I'm not gonna like hang out with people from work. Like there's a
Not like
separation
not
there.
like the people that you work with, like the people you take care of.
Well, obviously the people I take care of, I care about them, but after work, I'm it's not my job to like deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I can separate that and I don't think about it. I mean, every so often I'll think about one of them and be like, "Oh, I hope they're good," but it's not something I like sit around and think about for no reason.
I don't
So,
know. It's just we're different in this back aspect where you could be like, I could quit tomorrow and not like feel some sort of type of way.
for sure.
Where
And I've always that's how I am with any job. It's a job to me. It's not a career. It is not something that I like need. It's
whereas
just
like
something.
me, I spent so much time like building relationships with these people that like it'd be upsetting.
Really? That's so bizarre to me. I don't know. I just like I said, I like what I do, thank God, obviously, but like
Yeah. I mean like
I
I
just go
love
to
these
make money.
people like they're my own family member.
Yeah, see, I don't, and I make it a very clear effort not to do that just because they're old and obviously I'm not gonna know them forever and it just makes it easier in that way to where it's like when I go it won't be hard. You know? I don't know.
I don't know.
Just how I feel about it.
It's kind of cold.
I am cold when it comes to shit like that. I don't, I like to I have my circle of people that I think about on a daily basis. But I don't I just make it a point to not let work life bleed into personal life because at the end of the day it's work and it's a job to make money, not to like satisfy some like desire in my heart. And
Mm.
hopefully one day I'll have a job where I really feel passionate about it, but I'm sure I will, but this isn't it. It's a job, it's not a career. And there's a very big difference between the two,
I
I
agree.
think.
I agree. I don't know. I just could never view my job right now like that.
For
And it is
sure.
just a job to me,
Yeah.
but like I couldn't view it in that standpoint.
I mean, I feel like I view it the way you viewed your last job, where it's literally just a job, you know?
I literally almost went into the mental hospital over that job.
No, I'm saying like how you quit that job and it was like whatever, you know.
But
I
that's
don't know.
two
I just
completely different lines of.
it's just that's 100% true. I'm just saying like that's how it feels for me. It's like a job. It's not like something I'm like living for, you know. I just go to make money.
Okay.
Which is like probably fucked up. I don't know. I feel like there's not like a rule book where you like have to,
I don't think so either. It's
you
just,
know.
I don't know. If you feel that way now, like, quit.
Well, I need money. I'm making money. Why would I quit? I don't need to do anything else right now. When I start school, I will, but I don't for the time being.
I don't know.
Mhm.
That's fine.
I feel so judged. But that's okay. I don't mind. To each their own. What else? Do we have anything? Trying to see. I mean, obviously, I've been fucking talking for the last like 15 minutes, so be my guest to tell me to shut the fuck up whenever.
I definitely feel like we need to talk about Roe v. Wade being
Yeah, I mean,
overturned.
obviously, that's like a fucking just, I don't even know what to call it. It's just, should
Disgusting.
be a crime against humanity.
I mean,
Yeah,
it really is.
yeah, I really don't understand what the fuck the world. Well, and that's the thing. It's not the world. I mean, I guess in other countries, it feels like the world because we live here and it's affecting us day to day. And obviously, everyone around the world should probably be fucking like disappointed and feel some type of way about it. Um, but it definitely feels a lot heavier because we live in a state where it's illegal now to have an abortion.
And how they're implementing the 6 week heartbeat law.
Right. So it's just fucking bizarre. I literally don't even understand this country. I think it's so backwards and it defies fucking logic to move backwards and not forward. I think it's just the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life and I'm embarrassed to be from this country. Like
It's
it is not something to be proud of.
it's really scary and it's emotional and I I'm so angry.
I think yeah, everyone should be angry and the people who aren't angry are the problem. And yeah, I don't know how we go on just like living our day-to-day lives when like a right to make a choice about your body is just like not there anymore. And we can't even like comprehend what life was like when it was like this and we didn't have a choice. So it's like really fucking strange that we're like in our adult lives and we've always grown up knowing that you can make a choice about your body and now you can't. It's like weird and fucked up and disgusting.
Yeah, I was like thinking about today, like how traumatic, like specifically in um Ohio, since they have this 6 week heartbeat law, that some of these like OGBYNs in a couple weeks, like when they have patients come in that say they're at like 10 weeks, 11 weeks, they see that their fetus has birth defects and they can't
Yeah,
terminate that
there's
pregnancy,
nothing you
or they
can do
find out
about
at
it.
20 weeks and they had to spend another 20 weeks carrying this child that's probably not going to live or it's not
And I
stop
also think we need to
growing.
call it as it is. It's not a child, it's a fucking clump of cells. It's
Yeah,
literally not a child. And to people trying to humanize it, it's not a child. It's literally not. And I think like I'm passionate about that point because people like it's just like so bad you're killing a life. It's not a life. It's not a living thing. It's a clump of cells. And that's
it
how I view
feeds
it.
off its host like it's not a child.
It's not a woman's job to fucking be a host to something if she doesn't want to be. I mean, hello. Like, what is the world we're living in where that's a thing? Like, I just don't understand.
And it's these fucking pussy Democrats.
I mean, yeah, they just don't do anything, and it's fucked up. I mean, it's like you have to look at it like from a technical standpoint, like what are they gonna
Voting's not
do?
enough.
I mean, what are they gonna do? I don't know. There's not a whole lot legally you can do to make an actual change, so it's like I don't fucking know what you do. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like
I mean,
the worst fucking possible situation of all time.
it's so frustrating just to hear people like vote, vote, vote. That's not enough. Okay,
I mean, it's
we
not even
voted,
a
and
voting.
there's
It's
no
just
change.
there's no change that can. It's the entire system is flawed and we don't have a say in anything. The president doesn't have a say in anything. He's like a public figure for the country. He can't really fucking do a whole lot. Like they can say they're going to do all these things, but they're not going to. They can't. They
What
don't
happened
have
to
that
Joe
much fucking
Biden
power.
codifying Roe v. Wade?
I mean, yeah.
What
Yeah.
happened to Obama saying he was going to codify Roe v. Wade?
Yeah, no shit. It's like a fucked up thing. I'm not defending it by any means. I think it's fucking terrible and like you said, it's just
And
like bizarre to me. I just can't comprehend it.
RBG is literally just undoing all the shit that she did because she didn't retire when she
And
passed
I'm
it.
sorry, like respect to the woman. You had to be a fucking hero and ruin it for everyone for like however long now. Like fuck that. That's fucked up. I'm sorry. That's so annoying to me. Like put your if you were really a hero, you would put your fucking pride aside and do the right thing for the future. So fuck that. That pisses me off. Like it's not it. And I'm so sick of these old fucks thinking like I still why do we let like a bunch of old fucks like have control? Like I just don't get it. Like
Right.
a bunch of randos that literally we didn't vote into that situation, the Supreme Court. Like no one had a say in it. It's just these random old fucks that probably have dementia that just like get to make life altering decisions for the entire country. Like I don't understand how that's a thing. It's like the stupidest system I've ever seen in my life, and it does not make sense.
And something that's like super frustrating is the fact that, and not that there ever has been, the separation between church and state.
It's bizarre, and it's literally like the reason why like these Christians want to wonder why there's so many people that fucking hate them. This is why people don't want to participate in your religion because you're fucking crazy, like Christian fascists. Like it's insane.
You want to talk about like, oh, it's against your religion? Okay, what about literally everyone else's?
Right, like it's not the only religion in the world, and it's
Judaism,
just
if the pregnancy is life threatening to the mother,
right. They
then she
get
is
rid of it.
required to
Like
have an
hello.
abortion.
Yeah,
That doesn't go against your fucking Bible.
yeah, it's crazy. I don't know, these crazy psychotic fucking Christians who think like they've been sent down by God himself to fucking make these decisions. It's so weird to me. If you want to get like God murdered his own son, so why can't I? Like, you know what I mean? It's fucking weird. I don't get it. It's so hypocritical. It does not make sense.
But
And
if you're gonna get technical, Jesus went against the government and got killed.
I'm just so over it. It's fucking stupid and I hate this country like with not even peace and love. I won't say peace and love with like a lot of hate. I don't like this country. Fuck everyone who says that. And like Ethan Klein from H3, he made a great point. We need to stop calling these people like pro-life and start calling them
They're
forced
forced
birth.
birthers. Yeah.
Like you're not, yeah, it's fucking just so crazy this
If you're so
whole
pro-life,
thing.
you'd be pushing for gun reform.
That. And I also want to talk about the fact that in a lot of these posts, there's like pro-choice people who are like trying to make a good point, but they're missing the whole point of like a choice. They're making it like they'll talk about, oh, like how like if someone gets raped, they have to carry that child. But rape isn't the only reason why you should have an abortion. And
Like,
that's
why does
not
there
like
have to be a circumstance?
there doesn't need to be a reason for it. It's a fucking choice for a reason. It
If
doesn't
you want an
matter
abortion, get an
why.
abortion. Fuck.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people like saying that they're like bringing that up as the point why you should get an abortion. And fuck that. Why does that need to be put as the standard for getting an abortion? You
And
can
if
get
someone
one
gets an
just because you
abortion,
feel like
that's no one's fucking business.
yeah, and it's like there doesn't need to be a reason for it because it literally doesn't affect anyone except for the fucking carrying something. Like it has no effect on anyone else, and it's just bizarre to me that we live in a country where we don't even get to make choices about our own fucking body anymore. But
Yeah.
if it was a man, you would be able to get a fucking abortion literally anywhere for free. Like it's just crazy.
All right. So when are we getting mandatory vasectomies?
No doubt. Like it's just I don't know, and it's yeah, and it sucks because like I think everyone saw this coming for like the last few months. Like it's
Yeah. I mean, like, I
everyone
can't
pretty much
say like
anticipated
I
it.
didn't see this coming.
I saw it coming. I can honestly say within the last couple weeks, like it was pretty much like it was gonna happen.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm saying. Like, no one can
yeah,
say they didn't see it coming.
yeah, it's fucked up, and it's just like there's nothing we can do except like try to stand up against it. But I mean, we don't have a whole lot of real power to make a change, unfortunately. Just
Hmm.
try and make your voice heard, I guess. And I don't know, it's just fucked up. I hate this country. I plan on moving out of it ASAP and never coming back. So, but yeah, so also, yeah, I just don't even get me started on some of those fucking judges. I mean, like, what's next? You're gonna go back on gay rights and like women's rights in general? Like, what? We're not gonna be able to vote anymore? Like, what else do you want to fucking take from people?
They want
It's so crazy.
to look back on Virginia versus Loving.
Thank you. Like literally, like how far back you want to take? You want to just reverse everything and go back to the 50s? Like it does not make sense.
It's disgusting.
Why?
It's so disappointing and scary that like I wouldn't put it past them doing that.
Of course. If you think that this is the only thing, then you're fucking lying to yourself. I mean, gay rights is next, and it's fucked up because that directly affects me, and abortion did too, but this one hits even
Yeah.
closer to home because it's so fucking new that we even have the right to marry the same sex. And if yeah, I don't know what the fuck happens if that gets overturned. I don't even understand the world we live in if that does.
Hmm.
But yeah, fuck the Supreme Court, fuck this country. Train wreck. Tragic. Absolutely disgusting and disappointing,
It
but
is
not surprising, unfortunately.
not surprising in the slightest.
So yeah, shout out to everyone. I love to see all of like a lot on TikTok people from like blue states that are like, "Hey, I got you if you need help in a situation where you need to get an abortion." We love to see that, and it's sad that it comes down to that, but it's good that there's people in the world that are willing to help. So,
Which is nice, but also not knowing what direction the government is going, maybe not put that onto TikTok because then it like traces that back to you.
I mean, they'll never be able to. There's too many people now at this point with that, and they've not directly stated that they're actually kind of smart about it, that legally they don't state that, so there's no cause to actually fucking like look into it legally. But also, when has this country ever like cared about
Right.
logistics of things? But I don't know. I mean, yeah, I gotta shout out to everyone who's just trying, you know.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's fucking country's a fucking joke. They care more about guns than someone's fucking body, so I don't understand it. I honestly don't really want to understand the other side of it. I don't ever plan to. I just don't want to understand how someone thinks like that. It's fucking crazy. And just really fucking stupid, and I pity anyone who is that fucking stupid. So maybe don't be so fucking stupid. I don't know. I really
Yeah.
can't. Like how I
There's like no
genuinely
words.
like how
There's,
I don't get it. And especially like you see women who are like forced birth, and it's like, do you not care that you now don't have control over your own
right.
fucking body? Like what? How does that not bother you? It's like they're giving off the energy that they wouldn't give a fuck if their right to vote was taken. Like
No, for
what?
real.
Just because you have a vagina, you don't have a right, and that doesn't bother you? Like what?
I don't get it. I
Like how does
genuinely
that
don't get it. Like,
not
how do you?
bother you?
You're brain dead.
It's so crazy to me. It's like I don't understand it, that it literally just does not make sense. And yeah, to any women out there who are like celebrating this, you're fucking stupid and you're literally like you should be embarrassed and ashamed of yourself.
Absolutely.
God. Yeah, so
Should
what a
we?
way to end that off on.
Right.
What a note to end on. But
Should
yeah,
we
I
do
mean we've been fucking
song of the
talking.
week?
Yeah, we've been talking for a while. I've got quite a few. I mean, Jesus, we haven't filmed in a while.
I'm gonna go My Mind, Suki Waterhouse.
Okay. Shoot. I have so many. Hang on. I literally have like three different playlists I've been working on. Let me look. Okay, I'll hit it with a little. This is something I just like every single summer in the 1975 is just my vibe. And I just, every summer I rediscover one song by them that's just an absolute fucking banger. I'm hitting it with Roadkill, the 1975 song. Just a vibey little tune.
Nice little summer vibe.
Yeah, I just got a lot, and it's so, like literally, I don't listen to them like any other time of the year. It's just my summer vibe.
We'd love to
But
see it.
yeah, so shout out to the 1975 Roadkill. Go listen to it. Um, okay.
All right.
Well, should we just wrap it up?
For sure.
Oh my God, Peach just came to make a last minute entrance.
No thanks. This has been great
This has been Let's Talk About It.
with Jamie and Kirsten.
Tune in next week for some more fun.
Be nice to good. Treat people with kindness. Stay safe. All
All
the
the
love.
love.
Peace
Peace
and
and
love.
love.
Peace and
Peace
love.
and love.